Hey guys, InformedLeek here. Doing episode 2 of my Skyrim, not walkthrough guide or anything like that, just some adventures of how I play Skyrim, the people that I see, the perks that I use, the weapons that I use, and all the rest of that. So, basically this is episode 2. Apologies for taking a while to get to episode 2. My other half had a week off last week, which was quite nice, so I spent a lot of time with her and less time playing games. So, yeah, we're back. She's now back at work again, and I am still off playing games at home, which is wonderful. So yeah, I'm just going to get straight into this, and we're going to crack on, and we're going to go to I'm going to speak to Alvor as soon as Hadvar catches up, which he is just about now.
Things look quiet enough here. Come on, there's my uncle.
Okay.
Uncle Halvor, hello.
What are you doing here? Are you on leave from shores, bones? What happened to you, boy?
Shh,
Are you in some
Uncle,
kind
please,
of trouble?
Keep your voice down. I'm fine, but we should go inside to talk.
What's going on? And who's this?
He's a friend. Saved my life, in fact. Come on, I'll explain everything, but we need to go inside.
Okay, come inside then. Sigrid will get you something to eat, and you'll tell me all about it.
A dragon! I saw a dragon!
What?
Okay, so this is the first village that you come across whilst you're playing through the world of Skyrim. This is Riverwood. Basically, you've got very basic amenities. You've got a blacksmith, which is where Alvor works, which is over here. We'll just have a quick look in here. Look, basically all the usual workbench. We've got the actual fire. Sorry, I forgot what it's called. That we can actually use. The forge.
New to Liverpool?
And we'll find out in a minute. Basically, Alvor tells us that we can go ahead and use any of the equipment or any of the work tools, anything like that are outside, which is great.
Lucan over in the river.
So yeah.
They have company.
Broke into the store. Strange. He says they hardly took anything.
Oh, we've got company, but yeah, I'll just walk out the door. Yeah, good idea. Yes, I'll talk to
Ain't
him.
every day we get visitors. And I see
Can I
no
use
harm
your
in it.
forge? Yeah,
Grindstone.
cool.
If you've got the raw materials, you can use the forge to make some. Of course. But what's all this about? What are you two doing here?
So let's take the most important ones. Don't need anything else out of there, I don't think. In fact, we'll have the silver garnet ring.
What? A dragon?
There we go.
In Helgen? That explains what I saw earlier. Flying down the valley from the south. I was hoping I was wrong about what I thought it was. A dragon. Here in Skyrim. What's this world coming to? First the war, now dragons. Trouble loves company, they say. The Jarl needs to know if there's a dragon on the loose. Riverwood is defenseless. We need to get word to Jarl Balgruuf in Whiterun to send whatever soldiers he can. If you'll do that for me, I'll be in your debt.
Yes, of course I will. So I don't need to take any more supplies of
Now
him,
then,
and we've
what?
got everything that we need.
Helgen,
So he's going to talk to
How did you get away?
his uncle, blah blah blah. We don't need to stand around and wait for that to happen. So what we'll do now is we'll head on down to Whiterun. If you look on the on my display, you can actually see where you're actually heading towards with the arrow in the doorway. So if we just head in this general direction, we should eventually get to Whiterun. We can also go and have a look on the map as well and see whereabouts we're heading towards. It tells you all about that there. Why was it a custom destination? No, I don't want that. So we need to go to Whiterun. We need to talk to the Jarl. It's not actually as far away as it looks, to be honest with you. It's probably maybe 3 or 4 minutes of game time, if that, to wander from place to place. The great thing about once you've actually discovered a place or a location is that you can fast travel to and from that location to any other location that you've found as well, which is always great if you can't be bothered to have a walk and discover new things. But what I would say at the beginning, when you first kick off and you first start, is to try and walk to as many places as you can do. Reason being is that basically if you get to a mission and a mission requires you to go to a particular place that's nearby to somewhere where you've already been, then of course you don't need to worry about sort of walking all the way there. You can get pretty close by just fast travelling to one of the locations. Now you can follow paths and you can do the normal thing, however in the beginning and throughout my gameplay I tend to just take some shortcuts. For the wolves and things that you get on the way, it's well worth it because it's nowhere near the amount of time that it would take to go direct through using the paths and things like that. So we'll find this little mill here and then we'll help these guys kill that big giant. Again, I'm just going to use my bow and arrow unless that giant comes for me. I want to use my bow and arrow purely because I want to increase my archery skills. So
you handle yourself well. You could make for a decent shield, brother. An outsider, eh? An order of warriors. And we show up to solve problems if the coin is good enough. Not for me to say. The old man's got a good... If you go to him, good luck.
So that's a mission that we've got. Speak to the leader of the companions. Let's just have a quick look what this giant's got. He's got my arrows that I've just been firing at him. That's fine. So, like I say, we've now discovered that mill. We can now fast travel to and from that mill, or the farm, Pelagia farm, whatever it's called. We obviously don't need to do that right now, so I'm just going to get on and get to where we need to be. Stables are always a really good place to find because you'll always find either horses or you'll find carriagemen where you can actually get to and from the big main cities, which is always helpful. Again, if you get a mission to go to somewhere like Solitude and you've never been to Solitude before, the walk from Whiterun or wherever up to Solitude can take a hell of a long time. So a bit of a pointless journey going up there, but there we go. I thought we could get into Whiterun by going up there. Apparently not. So we're heading into the second town that you come to, called Whiterun.
City's closed with the dragons about.
Okay, so we've got options with most of the guards and things like that. You can try and persuade them, you can pay them to change their mind, or you can intimidate them. I tend to just go ahead with the persuasion.
But we'll be keeping an eye on you.
And it also increases your speech. Every time you try and persuade somebody, it increases your speech, which is always good. So let's head inside. Okay.
We'll pay whatever it
Have a little tour of Whiterun while we're here. We've got another blacksmith here with the usual things again. We've got the forge and a smelter and a grinding wheel, grindstone and a workbench, and there's also the shop as well where you can actually go and buy your weapons and things like that if you don't fancy leveling up your smithing, which I always think is a good thing to do anyway. You can always go into the War Maidens or you can go into any of the blacksmith stores and they'll sell you the things that you need basically. Up here we've got the companions building. We'll come back and revisit that soon. But first things first, we need to get up here. Right up to the top. To Dragon's Reach. And once we've got to Dragon's Reach, we go in and we speak to the Jarl. Doopy-doo. Okay. We're gonna get stopped here. There we go.
Well, that explains why the guards let you in. Come on then. The Jarl will want to speak to you personally.
Yeah,
Who's
get out of
this
the way.
then? So, you were at Helgen. You saw this dragon with your own eyes?
With all the speech, you tend to get 2 options or 3 options of what you can actually say. So we'll go ahead and
Really?
put that there.
You're certainly forthright about your criminal past. But it's none of my concern who the Imperials want to execute. Especially now. What I want to know is, what exactly happened at Helgen?
To tell the truth, so the Imperials were about to execute Ulfric Stormcloak and the dragon attacked.
Should have guessed Ulfric would be mixed up in this.
Come
What do you
on.
say now, Proventus? Shall we continue to trust in the strength of our walls? Against the dragon?
My lord, we should send troops to Riverwood at once. It's in the most immediate danger. If that dragon is lurking in the
view
mountains...
that as a provocation. He'll assume we're preparing to join Ulfric's side and attack him. We should not...
Enough! I'll not stand idly by while the dragon burns my hold and slaughters my people. Irileth, send a detachment to Riverwood at once.
Yes, my Jarl.
If you'll excuse me, I'll return to my duties.
That would be best. Well done. You sought me out. Here, take this. There is another. Come, let's go find Farengar. My court will.
He just gave us some armor just for going to go and see him. So what have we got here? Oh, it's worth the same, so it's not really worth anything. I guess we'll just sell that when we come to see somebody that we can sell it to. Here, yally, 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 yally. Come on.
Farengar, I think I found someone who can help you with your dragon project. Go ahead and fill him in with all the details.
Come to Dragon's Reach to discuss the ongoing hostilities, like the rest of the great warriors? So the Jarl thinks you can be of use to me. Oh yes, he must be... Yeah, well, when I say fetch, I really mean delve into a dangerous ruin in search... You are eager to be...
Let's just skip through these. I hope you don't mind when I'm
Sooner
skipping
begun,
through these
sooner
bits
done, eh?
of text.
I,
It can get a little bit
learned of
boring,
a
that's all,
certain
if you
stone
sat
tablet
watching
said
these
to be
things
housed
all
in
day,
Bleak
so
Falls
I'll skip
Barrow.
through it and we'll just get
The
to the action
Dragonstone
bits.
said to contain a map. Go to Bleak Falls Barrow.
So,
Find this tablet,
we're gonna go
no
to
doubt
Bleak
encoded in
Falls
Bleak
Barrow.
Timber, and bring it to me. An old tune. I'm
gonna go
sure
and
some
get
of the locals can point you in the right direction. Well,
the
we
stone
must
tablet.
preserve some
Come
professional
on.
secrets, mustn't we? I have my sources. Reliable.
So that's all we need for the moment. So, let's go and run down here. Okay, so we are heading to Bleak Falls Barrow, which is here. So, as I said, we can fast travel to Riverwood, I think. Yeah, we'll do that. Fast travel to Riverwood, we'll hop over the river, and then we'll go to Bleak Falls Barrow from there. This is the beauty of doing the fast travel. The only thing is that it's I have to sit and watch these loading screens for ever in a day, but there we go. Okay, so we're not particularly bothered about spending any time in Riverwood. So I'm just going to go straight over here, straight over to the river, and we're heading up there. That very nice looking place. Yay! You'll see a lot of icons popping up on that top bar up there. This is basically everything that you can go to and visit will basically pop up on there, so that you know where you're heading towards. I think there's a pathway somewhere here to get, yeah, it's just here, look, to get us up to Bleak Falls Barrow, which is good. Yeah, the icons at the top, like that house there, you can go and you can see what's actually at the hut, if anything at all. I'm not going to bother at the moment. I'm just going to go ahead and just continue through some of these missions, just so that you guys can get an idea of what goes on. Doo-be-doo-doo-doo. Let's see if I can remember how to get there.
Now ain't this a surprise?
Okay, so we need to get some one-handed weapon. Let's just get my sword. In fact, let's use this axe. Don't have a shield at the moment. Oh, yes I do. Always handy to have a shield if you're just going to be doing one-on-one fighting with foes. There's my first level up. We'll finish off these bandits here. And then I'll show you the leveling up system that they put into Skyrim. Excellent, killed him with my shield. Don't need a sword. Let's just take all these, get all these arrows. What bow have I got? It's just a long bow. I don't need anything there then. So I'll just search these other two as well. I'll take that mace. In fact, I'll equip that mace now, and I'll keep hold of that. Last bandit. Don't want the battle axe. Two-handed weapons are not really my sort of thing. I'm not really bothered about two-handed weapons. So yeah, I'll continue up here. Now, obviously, I've played it quite a few times, as I said in the last video, so I know what to expect and sort of where to expect these guys up here. Just get this bow equipped again. See, I know that there's going to be a person up there somewhere where I'm pointing, a person up there somewhere where I'm pointing, and more than likely we might have a couple more archers that spring on us from one or two of the other places, but struggling to see anybody at all at the minute. So carry on sneaking around anyway. We'll see them eventually. This is the other good thing to do, is to use sneak as often as possible. If you're using your sneak, it just means that you're obviously leveling up as you're going along, which is great. Okay, so there's the first person. Sneak attack for 2 times damage. Excellent. Okay. That was pointless. Oh, come on, Tom. He's done it again. And again. That one got him. Thank you. Okay. I'm just going to use a level up. So if we go to level up, I'll give you a brief description of what we can do in each of these. Basically, first one that you get to choose is an attribute. So you upgrade an attribute, it gives you an extra 10 over whatever you choose. So you choose Magicka, and it goes to 110, 110, health, 110, 110, so on and so forth. I tend to stick with health and stamina first of all, purely because we're going to go ahead and do this, the sort of the archery and the sneak. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use the perk at the top there. It says perks to increase 1, and I'm going to use overdraw, and that should give us 20% more damage, which is quite cool. So now I seem to remember there being more than 2 people up here, but I can't see the third one at the moment. But anyway, let's just go into Bleak Falls and let's crack on with that and see how far we're getting in here. So the leveling up you get each time the bar at the top right there, that fills up. So every time that fills up you get a fresh level. When it gets up to like level 30 and 40 it becomes harder and harder and longer to actually get to the next level up. So again, I'm always using the sneak. Thought that guy might have seen me, to be honest, but clearly not. Nope, but he's dead now. Let's just kill this other bandit that's over there. Or try anyway. No, it would appear that I can't use his bow at all. Oh, you know what? Just die. Thank you. Okay, let's go ahead and search these bandits. Let's get a gold lockpick. I kind of need those arrows out of your leg, mate, but you're obviously not going to give me them, so let's go over here. This bandit should have some. Yeah, we'll have that bow. We'll have that gold. Don't need any more of them. But what I will do is unfavourite the longbow. And where's the hunting bow there? Let's favourite the hunting bow. Oh, let's have some more of these arrows while we're here. Let's do a bit more lock picking. There we go. Gold lockpicks. Yeah, we'll have all of these. We can always. Oh, in fact, let's not bother with the hide armor, to be honest with you, because there's no point. So, what shield have I got at the moment? Let's have a look. An iron shield? Yes, it's an iron shield. Okay, so I'll go ahead and get my bow out again. Whenever you see these cobwebs, it's usually a sign that you're going to experience spiders at some point. I like to go around and collect everything out of the burial urns. It's where you tend to find most of the sapphires and the rubies and things. However, the ones that say empty next to them are generally empty, strangely. So yeah, I'm going to continue through here. Let's see how far we can get. Let's just have a quick look up here. The places like this, they sometimes have hidden chests or hidden urns or something, and again, they're pretty good places to find out the rubies and the jewellery types of things that you can sell. I'll cover some more of those in the coming videos, but we'll do money, we'll do jewellery, we'll do mining, and we'll do a few other bits and pieces all as one. But the money side of things is a big thing in Skyrim. Money makes the world go around, after all. So yeah, I'll do that in one of the coming videos. I tend to do it pretty early on, so that I've got a good old stash of money, so that I've got it there ready waiting for me. I thought I heard something then. No, I do just hear though. He's going to get an arrow in the back. And, oh no. So let's get the axe out. Okay. So always good to have a one-handed weapon as well as your bow. Obviously the last thing you want to be doing is fighting up close and personal with somebody when the only thing you've got is a bow, because you can guarantee that they'll get up close and you won't be able to do anything about it. So yeah. Okay, rooms like this, there are rooms like this all the way through Skyrim. Basically, those symbols up there and that one there that's fallen out in the middle, because obviously there's a big hole and it's on the floor, they correspond with these. So the little puzzles are the ways to get through the gate. If I just went up and pulled that lever now, poisonous arrows come from every direction, and it tends to be the same throughout the game. So we look up there, we've got a snake on the first one, we've got a snake on the second one, and we've got a fish or whatever that is on the third one. So around there, and if we now press the handle, gate opens and away we go. So I always take the soul gems, even if they're the lesser soul gems or anything like that. I always take them, purely because everything that you take you can use later on. And for the weight, I mean, it's, you know, 0.1 or 0.2 or whatever that weighed. It's a great thing to have. When you come to enchanting weapons and things like that, when you get beyond level 30 and level 40, when you need an enchanted weapon to kill the people that you're actually attacking, it's a great thing to just have stored away, even if it means just keeping hold of it until you get a house, until you can put things in a box. Wonderful, great thing to have. I don't know if you saw that, and I just read that book there called Thief. There are books like those throughout Skyrim again. They level up a particular perk, so that one there, it leveled up my lock picking, so much so that it's actually giving me a level up, which is great. I'm going to go with stamina this time, so I'll do them alternate: health, stamina, health, stamina, health, stamina, and then maybe a little bit of magicka if I need it later on. And I'm going to upgrade this again. Let's have a quick look in this chest. We've got, again, garnet, gold. Those we don't need really daggers, to be honest with you, because we've got our axes and things like that. So let's continue down here. If my memory serves me correctly, I think we'll come across some skeevers in a moment. Not too difficult to get rid of, just a bit of a pain because they tend to poison you. I think it's only the poisonous ones that do poison you, but it's a pain in the ass anyway, so just do this. 2 hits and they're dead, which is good. The other thing that skeevers have is skeever tails, skeever hide and things like that. Sometimes they have like a charged skeever. It's not really worth having, to be honest with you. Another thing that you will see a lot of is scrolls. Scrolls are great things to come across, and again, a great thing to just keep in your inventory in case you come across a big group of enemies and you just need to sort of clear them out, or at least get rid of a majority of the health of the people that you're fighting against. Otherwise, you know, you just end up fighting them with your sword, you die, you do the same thing again, you do the same thing again. Again, it's just a great thing to have, so I would always say just keep hold of that. we're at 30 minutes for video number 2, so I'm going to go ahead and stop this for a moment. I'll just pause that there, and like I say, I'll come back with part 3. Speak to you soon. If you like the video, just give us a thumbs up. If you want to see more Skyrim, tell me. If you want to see something else, just give us a shout about that as well. Part 3 will be coming up shortly. Thanks a lot, guys.